is a transition on Atlantic Television Network. Suspected gunmen have kidnapped a director on the Rivers State Board of Internal Revenue Service, Aribiba John Fubara. He was adopted at Okrika waterfront near Marine Bay Sports Harcourt, and reason for his adoption is not known. The police is yet to speak on the matter. We return after this break. Welcome back. Professor Richard Nehemiah Amadi will tomorrow, the 28th of August 2024, appear as the keynote speaker to deliver an inaugural lecture as Rivers State University holds her 103rd inaugural lecture on the topic Entropic and Genotropic Cohesions in Humanistic Settings, the Public Relations Mentor and its Dynamics. The venue of the event is at Dr. Yesom Ezenwawike Senate Buildings in campus. The time is 2 p.m. prompt. Joint Task Force condemned Operation Delta Save has arrested two suspected facilitating illegal oil sales with fake documents, other items in the Niger Delta. The commander, Rear Admin John Okeke, who disclosed his wife parading the suspect in the headquarters of the Joint Task Force Operation Delta Save in Yenogwa, said the troops bossed the syndicates facilitating illegal oil sales in the Niger Delta, arresting ringleader and one other. According to him, troops of the Joint Task Force early Tuesday morning arrested the ringleader, while the other syndicate was arrested on Wednesday. Adding that such act has made it possible for oil thefts to evade arrest, which have indeed contributed largely to the reported illegal oil bunkering operations in the oil-producing region. Delta State government says Governor Sheriff Uberoweri did not borrow any money since the Calm down. Delta State government says Governor Sheriff Oberwari did not borrow any money since the inception of the state current administrations. The communique signed by the State Commissioner for Information, Dr. Ifeanyi Ozuoza in Wari, said the state government has serious concern over some reports on online media platforms alleging that Governor Sheriff Oberwari borrowed the sum of 40 billion naira soon after assuming office. The statement also acknowledged the 465 billion naira debt profile inherited by Oberowari's administration, adding that as a prudent manager of resources, he has done the right thing by adhering to the theme of repayment as specific in the loans agreement. Independent National Electoral Commission has strongly denied allegations that some of its officials were involved in the sale of permanent voters' cards in Edo State ahead of a September 21 governorship election. The accusation was made by the civic group Transparency for Electoral System Advocacy in a petition Three 2024, which claims that uncollected PVCs were being sold to politicians in Edo State. While in response to these claims, the Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman Rotimi Oyekami labeled the allegations as baseless and challenged TCSA to provide concrete evidence to support their assertions. The development has highlighted that the introduction of the bimodal voters accreditation system card made it earlier and nearly impossible for anyone to use another person's PVC to vote, and warned that any attempt to do so would result in arrest and prosecution on election day. The PVC collection process in Edo State began on August 22 and is scheduled to continue until September 8, 2024, adding that the process was still ongoing to making claims of uncollected PVCs being sold premature. Transparency for Electoral System Advocacy and other concerned individuals present any concrete evidence of misconduct by its officials to be commissioned for immediate action. Onyekami also stated that INEC remains committed to ensuring a free and fair election in Edo State, stressing that any allegation of unethical behaviors would be thoroughly investigated. Independent National Electoral Commission says it will hold mock accreditation of voters on September 10, 2024, ahead of Edo State governorship election scheduled for September 12, 2024. The commission says it has designated 12 polling units across 6 local government areas covering the 3 senatorial districts of the state as centers for the mock accreditation, and appeal to registered voters to come out with their permanent voters card for this exercise, adding that only registered voters for the designated polls unit are invited to participate in the exercise. INEC National Commissioner and Chairman Information and Voter Education Committee Sam Olumekun, in a statement issued in Abuja, said it's in continuation of the preparation for the Edo State governorship election holding on Saturday 21st September 2024. The commission is test running the development of the accreditation system and results are uploaded to the INEC results viewing portal for the election using live voters in select locations in the states. The National Commissioner said in Edo South, West Boys High School 1 and Ologbosere Primary School 1 are the designated centers in Ikpoba Oka LGA, while Idia College 1 and Pene Primary School 1 would serve as centers for Orodo LGA. Akwa Ibom State Police Command has raided a criminal hideout in Afarabon community in State Ibiom local government area and arrested 6 suspected cultists. A statement by the command's public relations officer, Tim Fonjon Inuyo, said the operatives acted on the directive of the Commissioner of Police, CP Waret Ayere, following intelligence about the nefarious activities in the areas. She said the suspects were allegedly involved in drug dealings. Two bags of substance suspected to be Indian hemp, substance suspected to be cocaine, and other concoctions were recovered. Adding that efforts were ongoing to apprehend other fluent suspects, while the one arrested will be charged to court after investigations. Meanwhile, the Commissioner of Police Akwa Ibom State Command, CP Wahid Ayelare, has reassured the people of Akwa Ibom State that the command's unwavering commitment to rid the state of criminal elements, and also urged them to also report any suspicious movement or suspicious persons to the nearest police station. That will help the police cultivate the act on the information towards keeping the state safe and secured. Abia State Governor Alex Otti has concluded plans to convene a National Executive Council meeting of the Labour Party to deserve the current leadership of the party has hit the rock. This is coming after the governor has recently met with the national chairman of the party and Julius, where he tendered his intent to convene a NEC meeting August 31st and argued that the tenure of the party's current leadership has expired long ago. But the National Working Committee insisted that, conscious of the fact that the tenure of the executive was to expire in June 2024 and the National Convention of the parties was held on March 27, 2024. In a statement on its official website, the party questioned why Governor Otti who was able represented by his deputy at the convention that took place in Nnewi, Anambra State, is still calling for the dissolution of the leadership, insisting that it was possible to record the successes it made in 2023 general election. Abia State government has embarked on integrated water sanitation and hygiene initiatives to boost public health. The Commissioner for Police and Public Utilities, Ike Chuku, who disclosed this at the government house, Umoya, while speaking on the outcome of his week's Executive Council meeting presided over by the Governor Alex Otti, said the initiative was conceived as an coordinated 3-phase program, while we'll see existing borehole retrofitted with solar power system, particularly in rural areas, to ensure consistent water supply without reliance on the power grid. He identified quality water as important to raising public health standards, as well as thorough water facility analysis and treatment would be carried out to ensure safe drinking water for the Abia public, especially those living in the rural areas, adding that measures are being taken to improve sanitation and hygiene across the state, while pointing out the aim to achieve zero open defecation that will construct modern solar-powered public sanitation facilities, including washroom and toilets across the 3 senatorial zones. Earlier, the Commissioner for Information and Culture, Oke Kanu, said Governor Alex Otti has approved the upgrading of Amaracha General Hospital and Abia State Specialist in Umoya, stressing that the upgrading will enable the hospital to offer an expanded scope of medical services like internal medicine, cardiology, neurology, surgical service, brain and spine surgeries, among others. Also speaking, the new Abia State Commissioner for Health, Professor Enoch Ogbonnaya Uche, said the governor also approved the fund for the hearing of high caliber specialists across various medical fields to provide people with the best quality healthcare services. Experts has condemned the lingering insecurity in the southeast region of the country. Speaking on the Atlantic television program Open Conversation, a development expert Chizi Onyema Silas said the persisting insecurity in the southeastern region has attracted the federal government's intervention and not on any other reasons whatsoever.
We have also given them the opportunity to so do. We have the ESN, we have the Omona, we have this Webubago, we have all manner of people, especially. And let me tell you something. I don't know why they are targeting Imo State. Because you see, Imo State, especially the Owerri, used to be a place all of us who want to go because it's peaceful, it is calm, it is clean.
Chizi also stressed the need for IPOB agitators to be more organized in their mode of operations.
We are not organized because whether you like it or we are former eastern states, all of us are from here. So we are not even organized. In our own instance, have you even come to ask us whether we want to even be members of the Biafra or want to go? What is it that they have shown us that can allay our fears that when we come together we will not do it?
We'll succeed.
We'll succeed. Or somebody is just doing.
This is coming after the indigenous people of Biafra has raised alarm over what is called the secret and the indiscriminated eliminations of Igbo youth, particularly in Oru in Imo State. Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke has called on the citizens of the state to look into the future with renewed determination as the work of building the Greater Osun is ongoing. Governor Adeleke renewed his pledge to contribute to the development of the state, adding that he is committed to leading the charge with transparency, dedication, and accountability. Governor Adeleke, who disclosed this in a statewide broadcast marking the state's 33rd anniversary of its creation, also urged citizens to reflect on the journey so far and to recommend themselves to the ideals of the state's founding fathers. Ekiti State Governor Biodun Oyebanji has assured that his administration is resolutely committed to wage relentless war against kidnappers, bandits, and marauding headers terrorizing the state at border posts to safeguard the life of the residents. Onyebanji said his government has fortified the border town in partnership with Convention Security Network, who were synergizing with the natives and local hunters to ward off trans-border criminals from Ekiti. In a bid to ensure development trickles to the grassroots, the governor also promised to deploy the instrumentality of the Ekiti State Chief Law to ensure speedy and timely installation of traditional rulers where there are vacancies. Onyebanji made the pledge in Iyemero, Ekiti, Ikeolo local government areas on Tuesday while presenting the staff of the office and instruments of appointment to the new Olu of Iyemero, Oba Bayo Akisami Ayeni from Onitedo Royal Dynasty. Other than that, the stole became vacant. Following the dismiss of Oba Ebenezer Agbola Ogombemi of Isiala ruling house on April 23, 2021, after which the Prince Akinsami Ayeni was elected through a keenly contested election protest. The governor appealed to the monarch to work with the elite, youth, women, and other critical stakeholders to make his regime peaceful and progressive in all facets. In a bid to put an end to the ethnic division that characterized the 2023 governorship election, prominent stakeholders in the Kogi state politics are conversing for the rational governorship across the 3 senatorial districts in the state. The immediate past Speaker of the Kogi State House of Assembly, Honorable Matthew Kolawale, opined that the rational governorship in Kogi would help solve the ethnic transition among the various tribes during elections and advise stakeholders to come out and speak with one voice to shun sentiment and nepotism and move forward as one big family. Kogi State is bigger than all of us. On his part, the Chief Medical Director of Reference Hospital Okene, Professor Solomon Evidimi, who is from the Central Senatorial District, called for unity and diversity among the people and has expressed hope for the better future for Kogi State despite its diverse ethnic groups. Kaduna State Governor Basani has visited students of Kuriga who were adopted by bandits in March 2024 and assured them of safety and security. During a visit, the governor expressed delight with the students' focus on their studies and appreciated them for putting the experience of the adoption behind them and expressed satisfaction with the quality of work done and the equipping of the school while assuring the students and their parents of his administration's commitment to their safety and security. Sani expressed delight that the adopted students had put the bitter experience of the adoption behind them and were concentrating on their studies and assured them of total commitment to their safety and security. People's Democratic Party in Benue State has issued guidelines for nominations of candidates for the local government election in the state. This following the release of a timetable for the elections slotted for October 5 by the Benue State Independent Electoral Commission. While the guidelines signed by the Caretaker Committee Publicity Secretary of the party, Honorable Orina Oreva, were released on Monday and screening of aspirants was held on Tuesday, 27th August 2024. He said councillorship aspirants who were from Zone A shall have their screening at London Galaxy Hotel in Adigbo, while their counterparts from Zone B shall also commence screening at 10 a.m. at the PDP State Secretariat in Makurdi, adding that those from Zone C shall have their aspirant screen at Lounge Hotel in Otukbo from 10 a.m. prompt. He also said the conduct of primaries from the councillorship aspirants shall hold on Wednesday, August 28, 2024 at the various councils' ward headquarters, while those of chairmanship aspirants shall hold at the various local government areas headquarters on the same day, and enjoin aspirants to ensure that all completed forms were submitted along with their tax clearance certificate, party members and voters card, photocopy of nomination and expression of interest form, evidence of payment of handling charges and academic qualifications, which must be presented during the screening. Operatives of Bauchi Police Command has arrested 2 suspected robbers in the state capital. The command's police public relations officer Hamad Wakiri, who disclosed this in a statement during interrogation, said the arrest suspects willingly confessed to their involvement in aiding armed robbery operations and admitted responsibility for the thefts of various valuable items from multiple homes. The statement highlighted that the recovery of the stolen items, including 5 laptops, 4 mobile phones, 5 power banks, 1 router, 6 wristwatch, 1 jam box, and 1 clipper represents a significant achievement. The statement also said the command is actively pursuing further investigation to apprehend the remaining members of the gang, while the Commissioner of Police Awam Musa Ahmed applauded the efforts of the Rapid Response Squad and assured the citizens of his unwavering commitment to combating criminal activities in the state. Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf has written to the State House of Assembly seeking approval of the sum of 99 billion naira for the 2024 supplementary amendments. Letter was read on the floor of the House during the plenary presided over by the Speaker Ismail Flagare on Tuesday, seeking approvals of the State Assembly approval under Section 112A and B of the 1999 Constitution to accelerate and execute priorities Projects aim at improving the well-being of its citizens in the state, stressing that from the supplementary budget, 33 billion naira has been earmarked for personal costs, 34 billion for overhead costs, and 30 billion for capital expenditure. Commissioner for Planning and Budget, Musa Shonono, said the government is committed to focusing on infrastructural development, human capital development, and improving the health and education sectors, as well as cover the new minimum wage payment, among others. You are watching The Transition on Atlantic Television Network. We return after this break.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara,
Welcome back. You're watching The Transition on Atlantic Television Network, and now the rest of our stories. Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, has reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to transparency in Nigeria's extractive industries during a visit to Nigerian Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative House in Abuja. His visit, which included a comprehensive tour of NETI's state-of-the-art data center, underscored the government's support for NETI's efforts to enhance transparency and accountability in managing the nation's natural resources. Gbajabiamila, accompanied by the Permanent Secretary State House, Olufonso Adebiyi, the Senior Special Assistant to the President's Administration and Operations, Oyande Nathan Marshall, and other key aides, was briefed by the NETI's Executive Secretary, Dr. Ogbonnaya Oji, after the tour of the data center showcased the advanced technological systems that are integral to NETI's mission. In his remark, Gbajabiamila commended NETIC for its unwavering dedication to promoting transparency in the extractive sector and ensuring that Nigerian natural resources are managed in a way that benefits all Nigerians, and stressed on the administration's continued financial backing, adding that the federal government is fully committed to providing the necessary funding and resources to ensure the NETI's work continue to impact the nations positively. He expressed optimism that the visit would further strengthen the partnership between NETI and the federal government and serve as a significant steps in the federal government's ongoing effort to bolster transparency and good governance within Nigeria's extractive industries. Southeast governor and lawmakers representing the region in the National Assembly have intervened to help students from the region benefit from the federal government student loan scheme. The Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, who discloses in a statement, assured students from the region that the issue will be resolved and they would soon be included in the federal government's student loan program, arised by the Southeast caucus in the National Assembly over the alleged exclusion of the region after the Nigerian Education Loan Fund released a list of institutions eligible for the loan nationwide. The release by the NEL Fund showed that institutions in the north took advantage of the programs as well as those in the southeast and south-south, while no institution from the southeast benefited from the fund initiated by the President Bola Tinubu's administration. The developments generated reaction on social media, as NEL Fund has clarified that no institution in the southeast has done its verification on its platform. A statement by the Deputy Speaker said his office has engaged with the authorities responsible for the students' loan and expressed optimism that the issues will be resolved in the coming days, while Carlo urged the institutions to encourage their students to apply for the loans and call on stakeholders to set up registration points in their communities to increase participation. Proposed meeting between the federal government and the Academic Staff Union of Universities has extended to August 28, 2024. This is coming after public university lecturers following resolution reached at the union's National Executive Council meeting held at the University of Ibadan on August 19, 2024, and threatened to go on a nationwide strike over the federal government's failure to honor the 2009 renegotiated agreement. ASU's demands include improvements in varsity workers' welfare, university funding, and halting the proliferation of the universities across the country. While in the response to ASU's ultimatum, the Minister of Education, Taya Maman, said most of the issues of contention dated as far back as 1981, while letters of invitation has been sent to the leadership of the union and other organizations sex plugging why their grievances were being attended to. The minister also advised ASU to be considerate in their action and be open-minded in their approach at the negotiation table so that the interests of all parties will be properly represented. Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors has commenced a 7-day warning strike to push for the rescue of a Kano-based doctor, Dr. Genyat Popola, who was kidnapped last December and has spent about 8 months in the adopter's den. A strike which was held across the country left patients stranded, while doctors left their work to suffer. The Minister of State for Health, Dr. Tujin Aluswa, who discloses in a meeting, said the leadership of ENAD over the situation and promised he would write the National Security Advisor Noor Rabidu regarding the issues and get back to the doctors. This comes after the adoption report of Dr. Popola, staff of the National Eye Hospital Kaduna, as well as NAD protests in all tertiary hospitals across the nations to demand Dr. Popola's release. Analysts has called on both the state and federal government to intervene on the rescue of Dr. Genyas Popola, speaking on Atlantic Television Network program and Atlantic Blowout. A social-political analyst, Frank Awaji, said the planned indefinite strike by the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors will go a long way to quicken government's response on the matter. Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, has charged all Air Company's commanders to continue onslaughting against criminals. Air Vice Marshal Edward Kwawet, Director of Public Relations and Information of the Nigerian Air Force, who discloses in a statement signed by Air Component commanders during a visual meeting, further directed the Air Component commanders to intensify their efforts in ongoing operation. While commending the commanders for their outstanding performance, the CAS highlighted the critical roles they have played in ensuring the safety and security of the nation, adding that their dedication and tactical efforts have led to the series of successful missions, including the eliminations of key terrorist leaders, disruption of activities by oil theft and pipeline vandals, and safeguarding of key national assets. While acknowledging the success made so far, the Chief of the Air Staff said the challenges are far from over and called on the commanders to maintain the momentum and urge them to remain vigilant and to continue leveraging intelligence, presiding strike and collaborative effort with sister services to neutralize remaining threats. The CAS also reassured the commanders that the NAF leadership remains fully committed to their welfare and the provision of needed resources and equipment to enhance operational capabilities, and express confidence in their ability to deliver on the mandate, stressing that the nation's security and peace are paramount. Nigerian Army has vowed not to allow itself to be used by certain interest groups to undermine democratic governance in the country. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Torod Lagbaja, who discloses in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State during the opening ceremony of the Chief of Army Staff Combined Second and Third Quarter Conference 2024 held at the Akwa Ibom State Council of Chief Halls on Tuesday, said since the Army senior hierarchy last week last meet in April for the first quarter conference, the country has faced a new set of security challenges, adding that the army will review its farms and range to boost food production in the country. He said aside from the known threat of terrorism, insurgency, banditry, illegal mining, and farm headers conflicts, the recent protests primarily driven by discontent over economic issues and government's policies have resulted in insufficient unrest and, in some cases, violence, while Lagbaja said the Army headquarters in reviewing proposals for partnership with ministries, departments, agencies, and reputable private organizations on how best to collaborate to address the food crisis in the country. The governor of Akwa Ibom State, Umoina, who declared the conference open, reiterated his commitment to assisting the Nigerian army as he pursued the Arise agenda. Africa Union, in collaboration with the National Defense College, has intensified effort to enhance the protection of civilians in conflict-prone environments. This action is directly tied to the United Nations Security Council Resolution 2070 of 2012, which stressed that the need to protect civilians in areas affected by conflict. Speaking at the official opening of the AU Harmonizing Capacity Building Standard for Protection of Civilians in the Peace Support Operation in Abuja, the Commissioner for Political Affairs, Peace and Security, African Union Commission, Bankole Adeoye, did recall that in 1999, the AU has a concept known as protection of civilians, represented by the coordinator of the AU Compliance, Human Rights and Accountability Framework, Adeboye Karim. The commissioner said the UN sympathized with what happened in Sierra Leone, adding that the protection of civilians was birthed in October 1999, and pledged that the AU would assist the NDC in incorporating the protection of civilians as the models in its training curriculum for military personnel across Africa, among other initiatives. The NDC combatant Moyiwa Olotu said the AU was committed to civilian safety and ongoing conflicts across the continent, and also urged participants to leverage the opportunities to deepen their knowledge and reaffirm the college's dedication to fostering skilled peace takers to ensure a more secure Africa in the future, adding that the APIC Institution for Professional Military Education and Research in Nigeria, the college is committed to fostering a culture of excellence, collaboration, and intellectual inquiries into issues affecting the continent. Labour Party has set up a 7-member disciplinary standard committee to curtail the excesses of members not ready to abide by its constitution and obey directives. The national chairman of the party, Julius Abure, who inaugurated the committee on Tuesday in Abuja, said the decision was one of the resolutions reached at the meeting of the National Working Committee of the party, and urged all members to play by the rules and pay respect to the national leadership of the party and respect the LP constitution. He's listed members of the disciplinary committee to include Kaide Edun, national legal advisor, who is the chairman, while other members of the committee are Chief Clement Ojokwo, deputy national chairman, Dr. Ayo Olurufemi, and Dudu Mogonga, national women leader, as well as other. Abure urged members of the party to work together for the common purpose of lifting up the poor, which LP stands for. Speaking further on the reason for the communique, he said it was to read out the decision of the NWC after meeting with the governor of Abia State, Dr. Alex Oti, adding that the governor stated this is intention to convene an NEC meeting on Saturday, August 31st, in order to dissolve the national, states, local governments, and ward executive councils on the purported ground that the tenure of the executives had expired. And now to business reports. President Bola Tinubu will undertake a significant visit to People's Republic of China in early September, aimed at enhancing economic collaboration and attracting crucial investment to Nigeria. The trip is seen as a strategic move to strengthen bilateral bilateral relations between the two nations while pursuing key economic opportunities. Special advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Ajuru Ngelale, highlighted the importance of the upcoming visit, stressing that President Tinubu will visit major Chinese companies including Huawei and China Rail and Construction Corporation to escalate the completion of the Ibadan to Abuja segment of the Lagos to Kano rail project. He said Tinubu will also meet with CEOs of 10 top Chinese corporations, which manage over $3 trillion in assets across sectors such as ICT, oil and gas, aluminium production, seaports development, finance, and satellite technology, and also hold talks with Chinese President Xi Jinping, during which both leaders will sign several memoranda of understanding to strengthen bilateral ties. According to Tinubu spokesman, the agreement will target crucial sectors such as the green economy, agriculture, satellite technology, media enterprises development, blue economic initiatives, and national planning collaboration. And the meeting will offer an opportunity for the two presidents to discuss broader issues of mutual interest, including economic partnership, security, and national, regional, and international levels, and other global challenges. Analysts has blamed the increasing dominance of foreign expats in the Nigerian oil and gas industry on the selfish interests of the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria. Speaking on Atlantic Television Network program Society Watch, a public affairs analyst Goodluck Edafe said Bengasen partners to work with foreigners because of its personal interests.
That is the major focus of every government in Nigeria is a physical road, physical project. Look at this Niger Delta, Akwa Ibom, Rivers, Bayelsa, Delta, Edo State. How many experts have our government been able to train to take advantage of the oil industry in this country? How many experts? Say the government of Niger Delta. We have 50, 100 experts we sent to France. We sent to America for the basis of oil exploration, and they become experts. Not just people who go to university and study the mechanical.
Central Bank of Nigeria has raised its standing lending facilities rate to 31.75% to boost stability within the financial sector. The APEC Bank discloses in a circular by its Director of Financial Market Department, Omolaro Duke, lifting the suspension of SLF, adding that the decision to raise the SLF rate was taken during the 296 Monetary Policy Committee meeting held in July 2024, where key adjustments to interest rate policies were approved. Accordingly, the CBN reversed the symmetric corridor around the monetary policy rate and discouraged banks from holding excess liquidity at the central bank and to promote increased lending activities. And now to international tidbits. Israel says it's carried out a wave of preemptive strike across southern Lebanon to thwart a large-scale rocket and drone attack by the Hezbollah. Jet destroyed thousands of the Iran-backed armed group's rocket launches, while Israel's military said Hezbollah and its Amal allies said their 3 fighters had been killed. Hezbollah said it has still managed to fight 320 rockets and drones at Israel's installation for the assassination of the senior commander, while Israel's ministry said 1 Israel's Navy soldier was killed. The U.S. said it is working to avoid any further escalation after 10 months of hostilities that have raised fear of all-out war, and 3 have been almost daily exchange of fire across the Israel-Lebanon border since the day after the start of the war between Israel and Hamas in Gaza on 7 October. There was no breakthrough at the latest round of U.S.-backed Gaza peace talk in Cairo, and Hamas said it rejected new Israelis' condition and accused Israel of backtracking on promises. Israel denying changing its demand since a last round of talk in early July. Ebaho also said it is acting in support of the Palestinian group, which is also backed by Iran, which both Hamas and Hezbollah are prescribed as terrorist organizations by Israel, the UK, and other countries. 60 persons are feared dead after the dam burst in war-torn Sudan due to a heavy rainfall following the growing humanitarian crisis in the region. The Harbot Dam, which is located in the Red Sea state, collapsed under the pressure of torrential rain, leading to catastrophic flooding that swept away farm village and vehicles downstream. The dam, which has a capacity of 25 million cubic meters, was a crucial source of drinking water for Port Sudan, where the military government is headquartered. While the collapse has left the city and surrounding around without a stable water supply and had further complicated the lives of residents already battered by 6 months of civil war. Search and rescue operations are currently underway, but authorities fear the dead tolls may rise as efforts continue to locate missing persons. Local residents have reported Halloween scenes with people trapped in vehicles and homes being washed away by the flood water. The flooding has also damaged a major fiber optic cable, causing a widespread communication outrage across several parts of the country, and the disruption has hampered coordination of rescue efforts and left many communities isolated, while the Sudanese Air Force has been deployed to rescue people who sought refuge in the mountains. UAE says it has requested consular assistance for Pavel Durov, the Dubai-based founder of Telegram, following his arrest in France over alleged failure to curb criminal activities on the app. Durov, the 39-year-old billionaire behind the messaging platform, was detained at the Paris airport and accused him of failing to prevent the spread of illegal content on Telegram, which has more than 900 million users, while French President Emmanuel Macron dismissed any suggestion of the political motivated behind Durov's arrest, and the tech mogul spent a second day in French custody. Durov established Telegram after leaving Russia a decade ago, and Forbes magazine estimated his current fortune as $15.5 billion, while Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said Moscow has received no information from France about the reason for Peskov's detention. And now to sports news. Nigerian Football Federation has reached an agreement with German tactician Bruno Labbadia to take charge of the Super Eagles. Secretary General of the NFF, Mohamed Sanusi, who discloses, said the NFF Executive Committee has approved the recommendation of its Technical and Development Subcommittee to appoint Bruno Labbadia as the head coach of the Super Eagles. Labbadia was born in Darmstadt, Germany on 8 February 1966 and won 2 caps for Die Mannschaft. Labandia's immediate challenge is to take charge of the 3-time African champions for 2 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifying matches against Benin Republic. Rwanda has started preparation for the 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifier against Libya and Nigeria. The Amavubi are currently preparing for the qualifiers on the training pitch of the Amahoro Stadium. Kigali head coach Torsten Spina released a 36-man preliminary squad for both games last week, as is expected to reduce the number of players in the camp by weekend. Rwanda will travel to Tripoli to start a date with the Mediterranean Night of Libya on Wednesday, September 4, while the East African will welcome the Super Eagles to the Amahoro Stadium 3 days later. And now to entertainment news. American singer Mariah Carey has confirmed that her mother, Patricia, and sister Allison both passed away on the same day last weekend. The multiple Grammy winner singer, who discloses in a statement, did not share the cause of death for either woman or the specific day. Why, before her passing, Mariah Carey's mother, Patricia, a renowned opera singer, collaborated with her daughter. Mariah Carey has previously revealed that her mother was the inspiration behind a music career, and Kelly has an strained relationship with her sister, Allison. This coming after Carey's father, Alfred Roy Kelly, died from cancer in 2002. Popular Nigerian actress Seyi Edun says she passed out over the weekend but survived through health care. The actress, who made this known in an Instagram post while appreciating God for saving her life, shared the details of the incident and how she was rushed to the hospital. She thanked God for good health and for keeping family and the loved ones. And that's the size of the package. Thanks for joining us. I am Immaculate.